Hello, David. How you doing? It's David, the chameleon Bowie here.
Are you going well? You look well. You look fantastic.
Really excellent. I've been waiting for this interview for a week and a half. We worked here. My band was right behind me a week and a half ago. So I've been sat here for a week and a half waiting for this interview. I was that intent on doing it. Very excited about this.
Because, of course, you did. It was a global experience. It was so interactive. People could go to a cinema and see you perform. How did the shows go that you did?
I was terrified about doing it because we did the entire new album from beginning to end. And it was the first time we'd ever played it anywhere, so that's always pretty frightening, you know. But the reports came back from the cinemas were really excellent, that they had excellent sound, because my co-producer, Tony Visconti, was doing it in 5.1 surround sound. Apparently in the theatres it was tremendous, sounded really good. It's the way of the future tour, I guess. Don't you think, Rove? What do you think? What do you think there, Rove?
I certainly think it's the wave of the future. And that's the thing about you. You're always one step ahead, especially as far as technology goes.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the first artist to ever release a song that could be accessible on the internet, the first artist to do interviews by email. Is it important to you to not be a technophobe?
I'm a bit of a Sunday futurist, you know, Rove. I like to tinker away in the shed, come up with something a little bit kind of science fiction-y, you know, of an afternoon after the lunch.
Very nice.
I say to the wife, darling, I think I've put my hand on something that we're going to see a lot of in the future.
I also hope, in keeping with tradition, you'll be the first international music artist with his own adult internet site.
I think I might have been pipped to that, mate. Doggy, Snoop Dogg. I think he beat me some time ago. Have you not seen his sites?
Oh, I haven't, actually. I think I'm missing out on something there.
Now, there's an investigative piece of journalism for your program.
Now, studio album 26, do you still get nervous all these years later, all these albums later, when you release a new album?
Do you know the funniest thing, actually, is if I really, really like an album, I really get very nervous about it. You kind of get protective about, you know... I guess I kind of know if an album's good or not very good, because if it's not very good, I don't really give a monkeys. But the last few, I'm happy to say, I've been dreading their release. That's kind of perverse, no?
Do you find expectations are very high when you release a new album?
They are in my family. Well, I hope it's better than that last one you did. Is it cheerful? At least is it cheerful?
And what about being a dad? Does that change the way you release albums, or the way that you write your songs, of course, with your daughter Alexandra, who's now 3? Has it changed your life?
It certainly has, yeah, it's qualified everything I do, you know. As a writer, I probably take more... I'm a little more sober about exactly what it is I'm writing down and the attitude that I'm presenting it, because I try and imagine reading it back through her eyes or listening to it through her ears, and exactly how she would reflect on it, you know, because she's going to be growing into a woman who's going to look back at her father and say, you know, if you thought the world was this kind of shitty, why did you bring me into it? So I'm kind of, you know, always thinking about that. So yes, she's had a major effect on how I view things.
I look forward to the day she sees her first picture of Ziggy Stardust.
Oh, that I can cope with. No, that's no problem. No, we'll just laugh about that. Or she'll just laugh about that. Rephrase that.
Now, you're all set to embark on your first world tour in over a decade. Is there any kind of extra preparation you have to do when you head off on another world tour?
A lot more socks than I usually take out. It adds about another truck to the retinue, you know, underwear, socks, T-shirts. It's clothes, actually, all of us. I mean, the whole band got together the other day and talked about all the clothes we're going to have to take. You know, I mean, the girls alone are nearly up there with me. It's a suitcase's worth of
See, I'm a terrible... When I pack, I either underpack or I overpack. I never learn. If I was a touring musician, if I was in your band, not only would you have a flawed band for a start, but I would be a terrible travelling companion.
Oh, you wouldn't last very long at all. You'd be right out the door. Absolutely. No, you've got to fit in, mate.
And plans to head down under as part of this current tour?
Absolutely. No, I swear to it. We're going to be down there. I think I'm going to look over there a bit. Maybe February? Yeah, I'll get a thumbs up. February for absolutely sure. And it won't be just a token number of, you know, like one Sydney or something. We're going to do a whole bunch of gigs down there. I tell you, who's the promoter guy down there? Nice man. What's his name?
Is it Paul Dainty?
Paul. If you want all the details, go ask Paul. Because Paul's handling the tour down there.
So now, do the family tour with you? Do Amand and Alexandra, do they tour with you when you head off?
They may do, Rove. Or should I say, Rove.
You should say Rove. I love it when you say Rove. It sounds very exotic. It's nice. I like it a lot.
Rove. Rove.
And I will call you David Bowie.
Bowie, Rove. The two names are synonymous with sin and fun.
Aha.
We have so many years between us where we enjoyed the world. The world was our world.
Now, I'll tell you what, the success that you've had during your career, it doesn't astound me at all, considering you share a birthday with Elvis Presley. It was almost inevitable that you would be a huge success in the music industry, wasn't it?
Yeah, all right. What happens if you share a birthday with Kylie Minogue, then?
If you share a birthday with Kylie Minogue, I think it means you look fantastic in lingerie.
It means you got a good arse, right?
Exactly right. Well, David, thank you very much. It's been a huge pleasure talking to you. David Bowie, touring Australia in February, the album Reality. It's out now. David Bowie, thank you so very much.
Really looking forward to seeing you guys. I can't wait to get back. I love it in Australia.